A lot of relationships ruin only because of the lack of right communication skills. And a lot of times people do not know, more often than not, people do not know how to say no in a conversation. People end up saying no bluntly. And if you're one of those people who have struggled to say no politely and tactfully in English in your life, then today's lesson is for you. Because in today's lesson, we'll look at how to say no without offending people. What is the meaning of offending? Without hurting people. So let's get started. One of the most important things is if no isn't said right, it can ruin friendships, relationships, and a lot more. And most importantly, at college or in your professional life, etc. Besides all of this in families, it's very important that you learn how to say it tactfully. So in today's lesson, I've got a lot of situations for all of us in which we can make use of no, imitate, inspire, and make use of these situations in your daily life. Let's get started. Number one is, I'm honored, but I cannot. A lot of times when somebody offers you something, such as an invitation or a request possibly to participate in something, you want to do that, but you cannot because you have some other commitments. In that case, you can respectfully say to the person, I feel absolutely respected that you asked me, but I cannot do that. Some examples are, I'm honored, but I can't as I have a meeting then. Or you can say, what a pity, I'm honored, but I can't because I'm spending some time with family this Saturday. Thank you so much for asking me. I feel so respected, but I cannot because of the family responsibilities that you have. So this was number one, respectfully, first of all, saying to the person that you feel so respected and then saying politely no. Number two is, thanks, I wish there were two of me. So you're actually saying, first of all, thanks to the person for offering you or inviting you or whatever, and you're saying, I wish there were two people that looked exactly like me because I have some very important work to do, so I wish I could present myself to you as well at the same time. Let's look at the example. Thanks, I wish there were two of me as I'll be busy with my child's parent-teacher meeting then. I cannot come to the party. Or you can say, thanks, I wish there were two of me, but I'm taking my sisters out then. So this was, thanks, I wish there were two of me. Number three can be, I'm afraid it is not a good time for me. One of the most important things is people confusing I'm afraid. I'm afraid does not mean I'm scared. It means I'm sorry to say that. So you can say, I'm sorry to say it is not a good time for me. I'm not in the right space at the moment. For example, I'm afraid it is not a good time for me to jog as I have some backache. I've got some back pain. Or you can say, I'm afraid it is not a good time for me to leave my mother at home as she's diabetic and needs extra care. So I have to be with her. I cannot be with you. I am sorry to say that. It is not a good time for me. Number four is, I'm booked into something else at that time. You can say that you already have an appointment at the time when you're being invited. So you're saying, I'm booked into something else at that time. Booked into something else is a very, very rhythmic phrase. If you use it, you'll sound more fluent and more natural. So repeat after me. Booked into something else. Just to let you know, the ed here is pronounced as t. It is not booked, it is booked. So let's say together, booked into something else. For example, could we reschedule the dinner with the colleagues? I'm booked into something else at that time. Instead of saying I'm busy, you can say I'm booked into something else at that time. Or you can say an evening walk would be great, but I'm booked into something else at that time. This was number four. Number five is, I wish I could fit this in my schedule. So if there's somebody who's asking you to do something, a work with them, you could actually insert that work in place of this and then continue with the sentence. Let's see how we can do this. I wish I could fit this lunch with you in my schedule. So what you're doing is you're inserting this lunch with you in my schedule, but I'm swamped with work. What is the meaning of swamped here? Swamped means I'm extremely busy with a lot of work at that time. Or next example is, You're lucky. I wish I could fit working out in my schedule as I work 24/7. I wish I could exercise with the time that you spend at the gym, but I cannot because I have a lot of work to do. Next, you can say, that sounds lovely, but I'd prefer next time. So you're talking about your preference, possibly because of certain reasons that you have. So you're saying, I'd. It is not I had, it is I would. So let's say together, it is I would. So to talk about what is right, you're saying, I'd prefer next time for you. For example, that sounds lovely, but I'd prefer next time as I'm on a strict diet and I can't eat many chocolates. Number 8 is, thank you so much for thinking of me, but I won't be able to. A very simple sentence. You're first of all thanking the person for at least giving a thought to invite you or to offer something for you. So you're first of all being a gentleman or an elegant lady, and you're saying, thank you for thinking of me, but I cannot do this. Thank you so much for thinking of me, but I won't be able to as I'm attending a wedding that day. Or, thank you so much for thinking of me to anchor the event, but I won't be able to because of my throat infection. Well, I see that you recognize my talent and you're inviting me to anchor an event, but I won't be able to do that because I've got some throat infection. Number 9 is, bummer, I have another commitment. What is the meaning of bummer here? Guys, bummer basically stands for, it's an exclamation which basically is used for a situation which is sad and you won't be able to participate in that. So you say, oh God, it's a bummer. Or you could just simply use the word bummer. You can use it on WhatsApp as well. I have another commitment. That means I have some other work to do. Bummer, I have another commitment with my cousin for her wedding shopping. I won't be able to do that. Next, bummer, a coffee this Saturday would be great, but I have another commitment with a friend for this weekend. And the next one is, sounds great, but I can't commit as. As is being used as a conjunction here, that means a connector, and the rest of the sentence, the reason continues after that. What you're suggesting is great, but I won't be able to give you my words. I won't be able to promise you. I can't commit. Sounds great, but I can't commit as I'm planning to travel with my family next month. So I can't commit to your travel plans to travel with you. Sounds great, but I can't commit as I may have to visit Mumbai for work this weekend. You're inviting me, thanks so much, but I won't be able to because I may have to visit Mumbai for some work. Number 11 is, regrettably, I won't be able to. It's a beautiful vocabulary, regrettably. That means you are feeling sad that you won't be able to participate. You're regretting for it. So you're saying, regrettably, I won't be able to. Regrettably, I won't be able to speak with her as we broke up many years ago. It's a regret for me, but I cannot do what you're asking me. I cannot speak with my ex, perhaps, because we broke up many years ago, and I cannot muster up the courage to speak and touch base once again. Or, regrettably, I won't be able to eat this dinner as it is all meat and I'm a vegetarian. And the next one is, thanks for reaching out, but I know someone else that might be a better fit for this. You're not just saying sorry, you're not just saying thank you, but you're also providing a solution to your unavailability. And it's a beautiful one. If you won't be able to do any work, you can as well make use of this vocabulary and say, I know a better person who can be a better fit for this, but I don't think I am. Thanks for reaching out for the Diwali party performance, but I know someone else that might be a better fit for this opportunity. During Diwali parties, people invite you for dance performances, etc., etc. So you say to them, well, thank you very much for thinking that, first of all, I may dance, but I won't be able to. But I know someone else who can be a better fit for this. Ladies and gentlemen, this was all about all the phrases that we can make use of in our daily lives when it comes to saying no properly and tactfully. Make use of these expressions and sound like a native, sound like a star. Have a good day. Bye-bye.